Uh, hello, hello. Uh, so welcome to the first Sky News full-on Parliament live without a coronation or something else going on. I'm gonna stop speaking for a bit and let the drama unfold that we call the House of Commons. It's quite fun to watch. So, yeah. Also, His Majesty the King was shot earlier today. I don't know if you heard about that one. Got a little thing for it, but I'm not gonna show that. I'm gonna stop talking. Sorry, one moment. Okay, the audio should be fixed now.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
I'm sorry about that.
Skip it. I'm actually gonna.
Prime Minister.
Oh my. Are you poor performance? What? Right. No, because it's actually annoying me now. There's been no poor performance in Met. I don't know where they're getting this from. NHS is always ready to deal with things. Obviously, they're getting new gear soon, and we're going to be working with the admins to get that added, etc. And hopefully, I believe that some's been added, but I'm not quite sure. Don't quote me on that. Yeah, the NHS will be fine to deal with it. The health secretary's done a great job. The NHS CEO is doing a fine job, and that should be good. But I really hate the fact that Labour's continue to blame the Metropolitan Police for this because, again, I will follow the same line. It's Badham's fault he joined the game when he knew there was a security risk. As an admin, he should know that. As king, rest in peace if he does die. But for God's sake, he should know better than that.
Sorry about the private on the stream. Have fixed that.
Um, I just want to say, advice from the clerks, making repeating continuous questions, the same statement or question, is going to result in the statement or question being ignored. I've also been asked to inform that Sky News has sign language interpretation, but frankly, I don't think it does. Any unreserved questions, please? Shadow Leader of the House.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker of the House. I'd like to apologise for not reserving any questions. I had a very busy day meeting with my
Please.
colleagues.
Okay.
Very busy day today. The Prime Minister says that we don't have anything regarding him nor his specific ministry, but I have something regarding his specific ministry that I would like to ask him about. Firstly, I like how he's asking the Shadow Health Secretary questions, because he's an opposition in waiting and we're a government in waiting. Moving on to the question, Mr. Speaker
When
of
did I
the
ask him a
House.
question?
Moving on to the question, Mr. Speaker of the House.
When?
Regarding the admission to the United Nations, the Foreign Secretary informed me privately from a correspondence that we would be applying to a United Nations and that we would not have to be subject to a UNGA vote. However, the Foreign Secretary did not let our citizens, nor this House, publicly know that we were applying to this United Nations, nor that we was refused. Where is the transparency, Mr. Speaker, that this Prime Minister so loves?
Prime Minister.
It's a weak criticism considering you knew about it. So obviously it did get out there and it is public knowledge. Look, that United Nations was, well, there were many options. We chose to go with that one at the start. And obviously it did fail. Fair enough. We can't be blamed for that. I think Jonathan had a lot on that day, so he wasn't able to attend. So yeah, I'll put my hands on that. That is a mistake. Fair enough. But today I held talks with the United States, who are not also in the UN, so we're both working together find a solution to that. And I also spoke to the Foreign Secretary recently about finding new United Nations. Obviously, with the election, it might be more difficult to join one this term. However, we should have a short list. Regarding the statements on it, we didn't really see it appropriate to make a statement on it because what we were going to put, oh, we failed, by the way. I don't think people care that much about United Nations in general, really. I think United Nations are just useful for when it comes to British Armed Forces deployment, and that's about it. But yeah, that should be done by the next term, hopefully. As long as Labour don't get in and put us back into 2033, that'd be nice. So Wadger can have his little colonialism expansion again, like he loves, because he's a little troller and he knows he is. So hopefully we'll be able to find a realistic United Nations that Labour weren't able to do because they put in the bloody 2033 United Nations, and I think that says a lot about Labour in government.
Order.
Just quickly moving away from the Commons, His Majesty the King has just woken up from his small coma after he got shot in the head 2 times. So there won't be, unfortunately, I won't be able to use my Sky News King Death things. So we're gonna go back to the Commons now.
Oh, nice unity. Oh god, here we go. I'm sorry, but if he's watching, Adrian, you're such a retard. That's out of Parliament, by the way.
Whoa.
L.
I've just sniffed glue.
Of course you have, Mr. Speaker of the House.
Genuinely, I've just sniffed some glue on the table. Oh, it's on my hand. Shite.
Whoa.
What?
Prime Minister!
Mr. Speaker, I know she's Scottish, but I think she needs to learn a bit of proper English, Mr. Speaker, because I did not read a word of that properly. I know she's not in the call, but yeah, no, I don't know what she meant by that.
Repeating once again, His Majesty the King has woken from his coma in hospital. We are unaware of what hospital he is in, however, he has woken up from the coma and he is alive. However, I don't believe he will be coming back to royal duties for a while, as he still needs to recover from his bullet wounds that he has suffered and taken to the head. Surprised that he's alive. Gonna go back to the Commons now.
I have noticed that recruitment has begun for my favourite regiment in the entirety of the world, the Royal Gurkha Rifles, the Nepalese warriors, if you will, Mr. Speaker of the House. What is this government doing to support the newest startup of this regiment and overall help defend our nation against all enemies, foreign and domestic?
Prime Minister!
It's quite simple, Mr. Speaker. We're going to work with the Defence Council and the Chief Defence Staff with whatever they need, Mr. Speaker. I know that the Defence Secretary has a good relationship with the Chief Defence Staff, and he's been working very closely with them to help improve.
But let me just give you something nice.
Hmm?
Would you like a nice question?
Yes, please. You did reserve one.
Home Secretary!
Mr. Speaker, would the Prime Minister agree that he's doing a great job this week and next week he'll do an even better job?
Mr. Speaker, I believe, Mr. Speaker, we have seen a lot of government activity this week, I cannot lie, and we will do an even better job next week when we win the general election.
Order. Right, we now come on to urgent statements. I call the clerk sat right in front of us.
Hi, quick update as I just have a quick update as an administrator for the Parliament. As most of you hopefully know, just Parliament dissolves tonight. General election is next Friday. Next term, we will be implementing a couple more rules. We're going to be keeping the rule that if a member crosses the floor, that they take the seat with them.
No, that's stupid. Okay.
No, we're keeping that rule. I don't care. That rule's staying. And then we're also bringing back the rule where the speaker brings the seat with them to the chair. So those two rules are staying.
Joseph, we literally
Those two rules.
Yesterday.
No. I talked with Napoleon. She agrees. Those two rules are staying, just because it makes it a little bit more realistic. And yeah, that's all.
Any shadow leader who's?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I have an urgent question to the Health Secretary, if he is listening in. Ms. Bigot, we have seen the establishment and most recent start of the National Health Service and the London Ambulance Service. I'd like to give an update to this House on its current status before we dissolve this Parliament. So we understand as an opposition that transparency is completely full within the Department of Health and Social Care.
Health Secretary. Blah.
Want me to answer for him?
Prime Minister.
Yeah.
What was the question? Wasn't listening.
Oh.
Shadow Leader Hus.
Thank you,
Shadow Leader Hus.
Mr. Speaker of the House. Sorry, I was two members standing at a sedentary standing on their feet. I don't want to break the long-established parliamentary procedure of the House.
Down with it.
Speaker of the House. Whoa. What is the current status of the NH?
His Majesty the King has just recovered and has woken from his coma. I'm going back to Commons. I'm reading this for the third time now.
Steady.
King is alive after the bullet wound to his head. He will not be resuming royal duties at the minute. The Prince of Wales is still in that post as acting as monarch. I'm going to go back to the Commons.
Oh, fuck. Mr. Speaker, but okay. Yeah, good. Piss off, Rainer.
Order. Please withdraw.
Oh, Joe. Topical. It's very topical.
Shadow Scottish Secretary. Not that she can hear me.
You know, the perm sector of a Home Office job is cursed. Both the ones I've had
You do.
left big
Aiden, does she need English lessons? Look.
I would say lessons would be plural, to be honest.
I type answer this one. They do it.
Do it with no grammar whatsoever, like shorten as many words as you can, like you as you and stuff like that.
Yeah.
As many cut as many corners as possible. Whoa.
You're not in the voice chat.
Hang on.
What? What?
Point of order. What is
Order.
the leader of the opposition saying about the northeast?
Order. Shut up. Standing order number 42, disregarded. Point of order, Home Secretary, if it's not about that.
Oh, okay. Well, wait.
Okay.
Francis, can you fire this?
What is the leader of the opposition saying about the northeast and wicked witches? I don't think that's very nice, and I think he should withdraw.
Order. Could I please? Also, can you withdraw the name?
Sorry, I just don't like Wadger Badger that much.
Sorry, Alvaro.
Thank you. I do believe the leader of the opposition should withdraw. If that's what he said, we could wait to the northeast. He should withdraw that immediately. I am personally offended. We should withdraw it immediately.
Yeah.
Right, I don't deal with stupidity and silly references. Any more urgent questions or ministerial statements?
The Home Secretary, the leader of the opposition, Wadger Badger, former Prime Minister, getting told off for insulting the North of England.
Which is on the 6th general election of the United Kingdom. Any points of debate, please? Prime Minister.
Speaker, the British people face a simple choice, Mr. Speaker. Either elect cabinet unsmart people like the Labour Party, Mr. Speaker, or elect a sensible government that's actually been working for the British people and has actually been improving agencies and growing the group, Mr. Speaker. It's as simple as that, Mr. Speaker. The Labour Party want to blame Met for trolling, Mr. Speaker. They want to blame Met for troller attackers, Mr. Speaker, and we cannot allow that. It's time. Don't give the leader of opposition another chance, a third shot at government. He will just bring back trolling, colonialism, and wars. I give way to the Deputy Prime Minister.
Thank you very much. I thank my Rama from the Prime Minister for giving way. It's going to be a thumping Tory majority.
There's a giveaway.
I'm not that confident, but yeah. The British people, whoever's watching on the stream, because I think we're streaming right now, I'm going to turn to the camera. You have a simple choice. Either them lot who've asked dumb questions about Met and blaming Met for Badim's stupidity of joining London, or you can have a sensible government that's actually working hard for the British people, as you can see in government announcements, and there'll be further announcements soon. So I think the choice is clear.
We have just put up a poll on the chat if you'd react to that, so you get an idea of how this general election is going to play out from a small group of people, of 3 people, from a small pool of 3 people. And 2 of yous are Labour supporters. And 1 of you is a Conservative supporter. Whoa. Does that mean that Labour's going to win?
You did modern day colonialism. Just going.
Order. Any more points of debate? Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, the Labour Party did modern day colonialism. They started 2 wars. They got us into a unrealistic United Nations. They only got he claims to be the first ever elected prime minister, but it was only with 20 people in the group. I think I know where the experience and where the sensible government is, and it's with the Conservatives. I give way to the Deputy Prime Minister.
Thank my friend Promise for giving way. Can I just tell him what the Conservatives have done? I could really just short it to 2 words. Mr. Speaker, the Conservatives have leveled up, and I think he really would agree with that point. It's the part where he nods and agrees.
Nods and agrees.
Thank you very much. Mr. Speaker, this government has done nothing but work, whereas a Labour government has done nothing but dither, delay, and colonise, and it is an outrage. And I three, in fact, shall turn to the camera,
No.
make it a thumping Tory
Order.
majority.
I've been advised by the clerks you can't do that. You're talking it in dispatch box or the camera. Yeah, it was a giveaway.
Yeah, it's simple, really. The Conservatives under my leadership, not the irrelevant leaderships of Dylan and Bubblegum, who they're trying to bring up, and I was not even a part of. Not their leaderships. Under my leadership, this United Kingdom has been growing. This United Kingdom is stronger than ever, and there's a reason why this election is probably going to be the most active, and it's because we've helped grow this group.
Rare.
Any more points? Okay, before we adjourn, withdraw that.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you to serve as your speaker of this house, and want to thank everyone for electing me. I would surely hope that I can continue my role as speaker going into the 6th House of Commons. I hope I can count on everyone's support, and I hope I've done very well in my role in the past couple of weeks. The question is that this House do now adjourn for the final time of the 5th general election. Parliament, sorry. As many of that opinion say aye.
Aye.
I'm content with the motion.
On the contrary, no. The ayes have it. The ayes have it. Order. This House is now adjourned.
Sketch, save the stream. I want to see it.
I'm very
Echo,
content.
you can make Echo. Can you make your statement really quick?
Echo.
I know you have one. Echo.
Sketchbook smells like shite.
Wow.
Ah, you just swore in the house.
Nah, they're very content with the content.
Okay, Albert, I have a question. Is the Prime Minister still here?
Is that your question?
Oh, wait, no. Okay, Hayden, I have a question. Since the Cabinet Secretary is offline, should I just, call Purtis and she's offline, or should I just wait for her?